Now this bird is of course known for that acrobatic flight.
Your best monkey faces, kids.
There's a house built out of stone. On the floors, walls, and windows. Tables and chairs moved by all the miles. This is a place where this is a place where I feel alone.
Cool.
welcome to week 4. It's been 4 weeks on the road. This week has been huge on the work side of things. So this week we're going to talk about our budget. So what we actually spent this month, and we're going to average that out per week to give you an idea of, and give us an idea of what our initial costs have looked like throughout this first month. So let's dive straight into it. This month we spent $8,257.46. Now, sounds like a lot of money, but as you'll see on this table that I'm about to bring up, you'll notice that on average our fuel was about $335 per week. Now that is 3 times more than the national average for fuel. Okay, 3 times more. So there's not much I can do. We are towing a caravan. I'm probably sitting at about sort of 28 to 32 litres per 100 kilometres towing the 3.5 tonne van with the V8 Nissan Patrol, and we are putting in 98 premium. So not much we can really do there other than me to control my driving, be less aggressive on hills, and as I go through I'll be learning a bit more about that. So fuel by far 300% increase, as you can see in this table. Accommodation, funnily enough, the average cost for accommodation in Australia is about $650 per week, and in a lot of cases it's probably a bit higher with interest rates at the moment with mortgages as well. So the fact that we're spending about $643 a week isn't too bad, especially given that this first month we're in January school holidays. Okay, so that is one of the considerations that I have put down the bottom. So we would hope that at the end of February to start to see that costs slide down and us to actually save some of those funds. And that's been a blend of 2 off-grid sites for the first couple of weeks, and then we went to 2 powered sites for the next 2 weeks. And those powered sites, not necessarily the best and greatest powered sites, but definitely we really enjoy having that power and the ability it gives us to wash clothes and do lots of different things. So we have tracked pretty nicely with accommodation in month 1, and we've got caravan and car repairs. Now that's another consideration that I'll put here as setup costs on the road. Our first week out we were at Bunnings almost every day. And we were buying things for the van, we were throwing things out that we probably felt like, you know what, we probably don't need this, and this is an expense that we feel is a bit more one-off. Yes, we're going to have maintenance costs that are going to come up, but this initial one was buying this, buying that, and we have found that that was on week 1, week 2, we did find by the final week that we'd kind of found our grounding on what we currently have. And again, we will be putting stuff in, but probably not as much as we did in this very first month. So that one's pretty high. You can see here we're 670% up from what we would usually be spending at home. But again, we think it's a one-off and it's a bit of a setup thing. Cheesecake. Now, I have been buying cheesecakes and we have been giving cheesecakes away. Look, it's part of our connecting with others on the road, and it's kind of our little thing that we're also sharing on socials as well. And so far, we have not had anyone tell us that they hate cheesecake and they do not want a free one. So we will hopefully have the opportunity to continue blessing people with some cheesecake. Okay, the next big one, groceries on the road. We are about 30% more than what what the national average is for a household of 5. Roughly $253 a week is the Australian household average, and we're spending about $328 per week. Part of that, we have separated takeaway food and coffee, but part of that grocery list, there is a bit of us finding out what works, what doesn't work. We've got our cooktop, we've got the barbecue, we've got this little oven thing which really does not do much for us as far as cooking goes. So yes, we've found that $328 a week, hopefully that is something we can rein in and get a bit more control over. Laundry, look, we've had a few accidents with our young man, Mr. TJ, so that means that we have to use the washer dryer, especially if it's raining. Again, that's something that we think we can reel in and bring back. Takeaway food for us. I thought it would be more, actually. It did feel like, I looked at the national average for takeaway food. It's actually $200 a week, which is pretty wild. And we probably ate more takeaway food in this first month than we normally do at home. But at $123 a week, yeah, not feeling too bad about that. We've saved compared to the average, but not compared to what we would be spending on takeaway food if we were at home. Okay, so again, those considerations, these are school holiday accommodation rates. We ate out way more than we are used to, and I will say we're probably going to be eating out more naturally on the road, especially on travel days. We do packed lunches, so we learned probably in the first 2 weeks how expensive eating out is at some of these theme parks. So we actually, in the last 2 weeks, have been taking packed lunches to kind of rein that in, so we'll hopefully see some regression there as well and some savings. And finally, those setup costs is probably a one-off. We don't see that as a continual large amount. So that's our budget. We hope this is informative to anyone who is considering doing this on the road for longer than sort of 6 months. We're hoping to give you a bit of an update at the end of the quarter, so we'll get 3 months together, see what the first month looks like compared to the third, and what our overall looks like compared to the national average. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this is helpful. We'll catch you next week.
Jump.